My favorite line is given by the character Mr. Hardcastle, and I'm just going to read it because it's really long. He says, when a girl finds a fellow's outside to her taste, she then sets about guessing the rest of his furniture. With her, a smooth face stands for good sense, and a genteel figure for every virtue. And I think it really juxtaposes sort of the feminism within the show, but it's also really funny because it's true. We look at a guy and we think, wow, he's really cute. I wonder, what he's actually like, and we sort of try and figure out what he's like and change him to our own tastes.
My favorite line in the show is, an impudent fellow may counterfeit modesty, but I'll be hanged if a modest man can ever counterfeit impudence. And what this kind of means is that a person who is really confident and full of themselves in a way, rico suave, if you will, can pretend to be a modest, shy guy, but it's harder for a modest, shy guy to be that rico suave, I guess, and that's something I can definitely relate to. So.
My favorite line happens when Mrs. Hardcastle is talking about her husband and her husband's wig, and she wants him to take off her wig, and she says, "I have often wanted him to throw off his great flaxen wig, and where he was bald to plaster it over like my Lord Pateley with powder. Why, with his usual Gothic vivacity, he said I only wanted to throw off his wig to convert it into a tent for my own wearing."
My favorite line in the show is when Mrs. Hardcastle is scolding Tony and she says, "I am not in jest, booby!"
My favorite line is a line that actually Marlowe says to his friend Hastings, where it's, "An impudent man may counterfeit modesty, but I'll be hanged if a modest man can counterfeit impudence." And that's kind of describing his journey and how he's trying to get over his bashfulness and being reserved. So, yeah, I think that's my favorite line.
One of the lines that I enjoy in the show, saying myself as the part of Hastings, I say to Tony, "A poor contemptible booby that would but disgrace correction." I just find that line funny, and I hope it gathers a few laughs.
My favorite line is probably Miss Hardcastle's line that says, "I will still preserve the character in which I stoop to conquer." Probably because it has the title of the show, so it's kind of one of those big lines that points out that's what this show's been about.
My favorite line from the show is when Tony is confronted by Constance and Hastings and Marlowe, and we're kind of telling him off because he kind of ruined all our plans. And he says, "I'll fight you both with baskets," and it's a really funny line, and just the way he says it, and it gives it such a character. I think it's really great.